Hello, theater lovers. Welcome to the official 2016 Tony Awards round table here at our rectangular table. We are here with a distinguished panel of experts, very excited for today's exploration. Introduce yourselves.
I originally started acting in 1995.
A lot of
I was production
and
then I teacher actually, and then I was a colleague, but it was a youth theater, so it's like that's when I got the bug, you would say. I just feel like
I like have a lot of opinions about things and about people.
through you, sort of similar to a laxative.
And that's how we do it.
Terrific. Shall we begin with our best musical nominee predictions?
Best musical I've ever seen is Ragtime. It was.
No, I never saw that.
Well, I actually saw it when I was very young. I saw the tour that came through LA. It was at the Schubert, which is now the CAA building. And I saw Audra and Norm Lewis.
Wow.
And those performances were definitive. There will never be anyone that could do Ragtime better than Norm Lewis did it in LA.
But see, I saw Norm Macdonald do it in San Diego, and it was very good too.
Actually, Norma Desmond is one of my favorite characters, which is played by now Glenn Close in the revival in the West End. So and that's the thing I love about show business is it's all full circle.
Sure. Any predictions on this season's best musical nominations?
Can it still be this Ragtime for this season? Is that your?
It deserves it.
It does.
From what I've heard.
It's a timeless piece. So
But-
for me, it's every year it's up for, it should be renominated.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't gotten to see all of the eligible musicals this season because I can't afford to. I mean, look at my roots. You know.
Yeah.
What I'm really excited about is Tuck Everlasting. It's based off of all the gentlemen who went out of town to do Kinky Boots and for the tryout in Chicago. So it's like, you know, it's all about the everlasting Tuck. And I think that that's a very powerful subject that we haven't really breached on
And
Broadway.
relevant.
Relevant. And Andrew Keenan Bolger is giving a transcendent performance as Charlie Sutton.
Love him. Love him.
I saw Tuck Everlasting, and when I was watching it, didn't get that. But now that you say that, I
It's
see
subtle.
it.
There's layers there.
It makes the ballet at the end. It makes sense now. I get it.
Now, I know there's a powerful theme about a tree in that show.
There were.
Thus the Tuck.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
So.
Now, is Keenan Bolger in that one as well?
He's stagehand.
Oh.
He's
Oh.
stage
Oh,
left.
good.
like
I'm glad the
yeah.
family can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Brigida Keenan Bolger is standby for Carolee Caramello and or Mary
Carolee
Maisie,
Caramello.
whichever one is the one who's in Tuck Everlasting.
Caramello.
That's good.
Caramello.
Carolee Caramello. It's like
Oh, that sounds
it's
delicious.
a thing.
So, let's talk about current shows for current best musical. Any thoughts?
I'm gonna throw out Waitress.
Throw out like in the garbage.
No, put the topic on the table.
Okay.
I saw Amazing
Okay.
Grace.
What I think that's powerful about Waitress, which really speaks to me, is that it's a platform for the hired help at a restaurant, which is it specifically is like an expose on the waiters and waitresses at Ellen Stardust Diner in Times Square, which I think is relevant, and they all need their sort of.
And Diane Paulus used to work at Ellen Stardust.
She did.
She worked there for about 27 years.
Yeah,
So it's like a really first-hand like storytelling of like what she went through.
I also like Waitress because I feel that it's a good platform and an important platform for pies. We all love pies, and I think pies have deserved a musical for decades.
Yes.
So finally,
It's a way to make pies active because they tried to make pies work before.
Oh yeah, Sweeney.
No,
Awkward.
You've got to make it active.
You have to make it work.
Yeah.
Now, did any of you see the film of Waitress?
I-
That the
It's based on
musical is
I didn't know it
based
was
on?
I didn't know.
Oh, I
know.
Say more,
Was
because I didn't
Felicity
know
in
that.
Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, I heard that there was a hair cutting thing, and I didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I saw a clip of it one night when I was, busy doing other things and it was on TV, and I remember like a sad woman holding a pie. So yes.
Is the girl that is the lead of Waitress, is she sad in that picture? Because she's also
She
holding a
looks
pie.
happy to
Yeah.
have those
She's happy
pies.
because she won a Tony last year.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Jessie Mueller won a Tony last
For Into
year.
the Woods
That
in
glow,
the park.
she
in the
wa-
park.
that glow, you
That's
see
why
that for a
she's
full
happy.
year.
Yeah, you can't.
She's
You
like,
can't.
I already
you
got
can't-
this Tony. I
Yeah.
don't need another one.
And the Delacorte Theater is beautiful. So it's
Yes.
to perform outside like that.
You know, not enough bathrooms.
Mm,
So
yeah, but it
wonder if
does.
there's-
It's like a small Hollywood Bowl, you know. It's like an outdoor
Mm-hmm.
type. I saw India Irene one time at the Hollywood Bowl.
the funny thing about India Irie is that she was the original Angelica Schuyler
In the lab.
in the lab of
Oh.
Hamilton.
I've seen Hamilton, and I think that the ensemble should get a Tony Award for set moves because they are moving more tables and chairs around that stage than IKEA.
I would just want to throw this out there. I actually don't think Hamilton will win Best Musical, or it might be nominated. It's not going to win because it's just based on history. It's nothing
Yeah.
new. We know what
Yes.
happens.
We know what-
It's spoiler. We know what happens.
Yeah.
We're going in there. We know who's going to.
It's actually uncomfortable because I felt very sorry for the audience when I was there. Like they were all very like there was some sort of stakes there and they were excited about it. But I was like, we've all seen that Got Milk commercial. We know where this is going to go. This is basically
Sure.
a glorified Schoolhouse Rock.
Wow.
Which is
Another,
That's another-
great show this season.
Sure.
I haven't seen it though, but I imagine
Schoolhouse
the
Rock.
number with
Schoolhouse
the
Rock.
bill on the stairs.
Funny.
Yeah, very good.
Can you imagine
You were
kissing
talking
that
about
in real life?
School of Rock?
what is it?
School of
House
Rock.
Yeah, Schoolhouse
Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, at the Winter Garden, the Winter Green.
Sure.
Winter. It's probably it's going to be up for revival, Schoolhouse Rock,
Yeah,
probably because
Because
it's a movie. They're reviving a movie.
Reviving a movie.
Sierra Bog is there.
They're reviving her career, which is going to be great. And also, there's a lot of songs from previous canon of the Lloyd Webber canon. There's a song from The Beautiful Game, is a little-known show that played the West End, and also there's something from Chess in there as well, which is great. So it's a very exciting revival they've
Best
got going
revival.
over it. Best revival, I'd say, Schoolhouse Rock.
possible. So, other revivals, and to be clear, current.
You know, I did get a chance to see She Loves Me, and I loved it.
Did you?
Okay.
My biggest qualm is why does she eat vanilla ice cream out of a Chinese takeout box?
So just to be fair, Jordan said we can't talk about old, so we're not talking about Wicked. So he said
Okay.
current, so,
So
no
like
Wicked.
current witches,
Well,
which is
that's not really my rules. We're talking about the Tonys, so that's.
You're a stickler.
Well, you keep saying things
You're a
about
stickler.
let's keep it current season, current season. But 90s nostalgia is really big right now, and I think that we should be prepared for a Phantom of the Opera upset.
And it is currently playing.
It is currently playing.
But, and you know, say what you want, but people are still lining up by the droves outside to take a picture in front of the Masquerade, Every Face a Different Shade Masquerade picture that's out there.
Yeah, so that part is actually true.
Yeah.
It is.
So it could win the Tony.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
It
Not
could.
You
that
said it.
part.
Oh.
I did see Spring Awakening. This is the face of disappointment because I am not bilingual. I do not speak sign language, so
Me neither.
it was lost on me.
You know what you do speak though? Body language. Dat butt dough, right?
Yeah, my thing with Spring Awakening was it was a hat on a hat on a hat. You know, several hats, because there were people playing instruments and signing, and while also acting and singing.
Yeah.
It's hard to do at the same
It's
time.
a lot for the senses. It's a lot coming at you.
You know, and unfortunately, I didn't have my glasses that night, so it was just, you know,
Did you
all
get your
lost
money
on
back?
me a bit, except that butt.
So the plays.
The
Oh, actually,
plays.
I'm unsure of the question.
Plays.
Please.
Because I just saw Sisters at St. Luke's.
I saw Sisters with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
The plays.
So I saw
I feel like
Sister
we're
Act 2.
talking about the plays. We're talking about plays, the shows.
What are plays?
Is that French? Blaise.
Going back to Ragtime, Norm Lewis was the first Black Phantom.
That's right.
So hence.
So it's full circle.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
the more reason.
Full
And
circle.
it's honestly, if he was in Hamilton, I think you would have enjoyed it.
I'd enjoy it if Norm Macdonald was in Hamilton, but
I mean, if
don't
we're-
tell the internet that.
Gosh,
Well,
all a
yeah.
field day.
If we're going to talk about Hamilton, I just want to point out that again, this is a hot button topic, but I think that it's a little crazy that Lin-Manuel thinks that another drag character is going to win a Tony, because we had Billy Porter win for Kinky Boots, we had that British guy win for Lacage, and he's not just going to grow his hair long and act like a woman and expect to win a Tony. It's not. It's not a formula. Billy Porter was brilliant,
Jefferson Mays was brilliant.
brilliant, but it's just.
That was a play.
You saw a play?
You saw a play!
So you think that Lynn is in drag?
Well, his hair is quite long.
yeah.
I actually thought that, so everyone says going to see Hamilton, you should not have any information about it. Like, don't listen to the soundtrack, don't go to the Twitter, don't do anything.
Don't read history
and
books.
So I didn't do any of that. I went in blind. And so I heard that Aaron Burr was played by Leslie Odom Jr. And so I thought the whole time that was a woman.
Leslie.
Yeah, Leslie as a man. So
Yeah.
I actually thought the opposite of what you thought.
You know, I feel the
Yeah.
same as you because I also forgot to bring my glasses to that show, and it was kind of a comfortable blur. You know, I'd like to say one thing quickly. Not enough Nathan Lane this season.
I saw him walking through Times Square once.
Another great revival is Shuffle Along or The Great Comet of 1812 and All the Glitters, based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire.
I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it.
I hear it's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Best actor.
Ooh.
Any
That's
thoughts?
an exciting
I
one.
think it should.
Audra McDonald.
Okay, thank you.
We were all thinking it.
You
Yeah.
got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had a quarter for every Tony she'd have, I had $1.50.
She transcends music and voice and category.
Gender, I mean, it makes it, it's no great shock she'd be up for Best Actor this season.
Sure.
She won last year for The Puppet in the Hand of God. I mean,
Right.
she really can do anything.
Yeah.
And
And we'll do it.
the year before, she won a Tony for Best Actress in a Play while she was in a musical. So she
It's crazy.
can do it all. So I'm going to put my money on nomination, and I'm going to say win
Yeah.
for Audra.
27th year. It's gonna be great
In a
for
row.
her.
And who do you think the other nominees will then be?
It'll just be
I
her.
think just her because
Just her.
When she's in a category, everyone just kind of steps
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Category by herself?
yeah.
It's just gonna be
Yeah.
great. I think even Lin-Manuel Miranda will let her have this. It'll be great.
Would it be just her, or would it be her 4 times?
I think like her 4 times with different wigs on.
So, Best Actress?
Oh, I think Best Actress will clearly be coming from White Star. Absolutely.
Carmen Sandiego.
She's
She's
wonderful.
her voice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And also, where is she? You know, I guess in White Star.
Yeah.
We found her. I
That makes
feel like they're like I haven't seen it, but I feel like in all the clips, like on the news, I'm saying it's like people like hitting wooden boxes and like there's like baskets.
It's Stomp.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
It's
Stomp
Stomp.
meets Anne of Green Gables.
Well, the night I went to White Star, there was this terrible set malfunction that would, rival Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. And so Steve just came out and did about an hour and a half of King Tut, and it was great.
Wow.
Did
I would have
he-
paid for that.
Did he have a Persian eye?
No, that's not politically correct.
No, it's a makeup term.
Oh,
I do
okay.
makeup tutorials, so
Oh,
yeah,
Then yes, I would say
Yeah.
he did. Yeah.
because that's kind of important for King Tut for the role.
For the role, yeah.
Yeah,
I love your tutorials, by the way.
thank you.
And I feel like American Psycho, to jump back, I guess, for musical, I think it's going to do really well because there's a lot of computer music, which is very current.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
current is important,
Yes.
as we've established.
I think that's what theater-going audiences want to see. They want to see a shirtless man
At all times.
at all times,
Yeah.
even if the material. They want to see.
I just don't know how he hears his cues because he's constantly wearing those headphones.
Right.
Through that's just a technical thing.
Yeah,
Right.
it's-
Maybe that's
That's
another
secret-
demerit.
secret
Can we
of
put
the
that as
biz.
Can that be a
little demerit?
minus for sound design? For the sound design, Tony?
Yeah.
Let's make note of all
Well,
these.
so back to the Best Actresses.
I am seeing Color Purple on Sunday.
Oh, jealous.
Yeah, my friend got me a hot seat, so I'm excited to see Cynthia Erivo because I follow her on Instagram, and she does a lot of workouts.
She does.
So it's like in the morning, I'm in my bed, and I see her. She's pulling ladders, and
Wow.
she's doing like these things where she puts a towel on her foot, and then she slides it back to work on. They call it the cakes,
Yeah.
So if her performance is as good as her workouts, I would
Probably.
Probably is.
put her in that.
She's up that early.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite clip from The Color Purple is the Take Your Time Tasia video on YouTube. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
It's Fantasia singing, and it's an audience member saying, "Take your time, Tasia!" And I was hoping that would be in the revival, but I guess it hasn't stayed. So that's unfortunate.
I actually saw Fantasia in Color Purple, and she had braces.
Really?
I think also going on the rest of the cast, the girl from Orange is the New Black, which, I mean, who knew that getting on that show was like a gateway to Broadway?
Yeah.
I would have, had I known, I would
Tried harder and
be on that
audition?
show
Oh.
and then be on Broadway.
Sure.
Because it's, there's,
Well, we all have different paths.
yeah,
Yeah.
and mine is not that.
It's crazy how nobody knew Uzo in the industry, and then she got on Orange is the New Black, and then everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I know Uzo."
Oh, and with that, now I think she also could get nominated for The Wiz live.
Yes.
Okay, so we're getting some really valuable insights here. Thank you. Best director.
Julie Taymor's had some hard times, so she deserves it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's her time.
For
It's-
what?
Just
Anything.
As a
Body of
director,
work.
Yeah, just
Body
add
of
body
work.
of yeah, it's
Maybe
just
a
her-
lifetime achievement.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is she the one that eats like one food a day?
Oh, like
Like all carrots on Tuesday.
Yeah.
All kale on Wednesday.
she seems like it. I think that somebody we really shouldn't discredit for really great direction this season is Lin-Manuel Miranda for Hamilton. I think that what he did with that show is just stupendous. So I'd say Lin-Manuel
best
probably.
director,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you can see just
Yeah.
sort of the grand scope of Hamilton and like what everybody put into it to make it as good as it was. Specifically Lin-Manuel's dad.
Yes.
Okay. How about choreography?
Choreography. Now,
That's the dancing.
yes,
Thank
I
you.
haven't seen Disaster, but I saw some clips of the dancing, and it looked great because I saw these clips on New York One. They have a feature going on, and I was home for about 8 hours, and it played on loop constantly. And I was stuck at home with a pretty serious UTI, and it gave me something to smile about.
I'll say it. Trip of Love.
Yeah.
They are working
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle Brown's legs.
for days.
Endless.
For days.
Now, what is that one about?
I saw it twice, and I'm still not sure. But the choreography.
That's
If
the
that's what
point.
we're talking about,
That's
the
the point.
choreography.
Well, some shows don't like to break the fourth wall, but I really have to give a lot of credit to Trip of Love because that moment when they just threw the Vespa at me was really, really wonderful.
That sort of set them apart from the rest, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sort of.
Of the
And-
off-Broadway shows.
What is
Sure.
it?
Well, that's a technicality when you say off. That's like a technicality.
Yeah.
And technically, it is one block above the Nederlander.
So. I just think for all intents and purposes, they Disaster should get extra points because they're so far downtown. I mean, they might as well be in Soho.
Nederlander.
Who can even get to that theater? So getting an audience there is.
It is the Nederlander is literally in the shadow of the New Amsterdam.
Yeah, the New Amsterdam actually craps Aladdin ensemble members right onto their stage door.
So they should get points for that.
Yeah.
You should get points.
Points. So, really exciting season of music on Broadway. How about best score?
Well, I love it when pop writers or singer-songwriters can, transgender the lines.
Right.
So Sarah Bareilles,
Borelius.
or what is it?
Borelius.
I think
Sarah
it's-
Bareilles.
It's French.
Yeah.
It's French. Sarah Bareilles. I'm so sorry, Sarah Bareilles. Well, I was a fan of hers because she wrote the theme song to The Hills.
Yes.
Which
That's
I love.
right.
Unwritten.
Unwritten.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, that was great. So I knew she had talent back then.
Yeah, and what was great about Unwritten was like she had such a long period where Sarah Bareilles, it was literally not working at all. I mean, she hadn't done anything since Ordinary Day or Everywhere, and then of course her first hit, Torn. So it's just been really great to see her rise up again
To
and
come
have
smash onto the Broadway scene.
Yeah, it's
I
really
mean,
great.
that's with open arms.
Yeah.
Actually, they should make The Hills into a musical,
That would
and
be
I
good.
would put that for my prediction for best musical.
Hills.
Because can you imagine The Hills if they
Are
condensed
alive.
with the Sound of
That-
Music. Oh my God, this is full circle.
This is it.
The Full Monty is a great show.
Great
Such a
show.
good show.
Yes, that butt
Speaking
though.
of,
Yeah,
Times
I
four.
would love to see the Full Monty get its due.
Yes.
So for best score,
Or it's somewhere between Waitress, the Full Monty.
it's Tony Asback wrote it.
yeah,
So
and
he's
it's really good.
Good.
He is just, his work takes me away.
No, that's his vote.
So Tony Asback for the Full Monty, and Sarah Bareilles for
For-
Waitress.
And The Crucible.
Yeah.
actually an extraordinary score,
Yeah.
for real.
Wait, for what show?
The Crucible.
The Crucible had a good score?
It's witch sounds.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the Crucible, Saoirse Ronan is in it, and I feel like this is a safe place for me to tell you how much I hated Brooklyn.
Like the musical Brooklyn or the place Brooklyn?
All of Brooklyn. I don't really like that city. I didn't like the musical, and I really didn't like the movie.
So I think we've covered this season
Well,
Yes.
thoroughly.
thoroughly.
You're welcome.
Modern Millie.
I was gonna.
How about next season?
Absolutely. Love never dies.
I'm gonna go with Nerds.
Well, Rebecca. You know,
Yeah. I'm excited for Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, the music of Drowning Pool.
Exciting.
Yeah.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I hope that Best Level is in one of those.
Okay, well, my thanks to this really great panel of experts. A lot of information here. The nominations come out May 3rd, so we'll see if anyone got anything close, right? Yeah.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to see some familiar faces doing the nominations. Bettina Miller, and always good to see her face.
Yes.
And Andrew Rannells.
Oh, that's exciting. Are they doing the nominations? Are they picking them? Because we
They
could.
choose.
Yeah, I think they're choosing.
We should
this
have just
year.
had them
Oh,
here.
we should have
They're
just
like
had
the king
them.
and queen
yeah.
of Tony's 2015,
Yeah,
16.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I could always just send Patina a tub of protein powder, and I'm sure she'll get our message.
I wonder if Patina will wear the tiny hat.
The tiny
that she-
top hat.
that she
Oh.
had.
The
Yeah.
tiny top hat.
She looks good in that.
Yeah, it was really.
It also
People can pull that
slant.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a
slant.
slant to it.
Yeah.
It really gives her that like.
Which is sort of a demonstrative, which sort of like demonstrates, the way that the nominations can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the
They
side.
can go to the
They're
side.
Yeah.
always a little slanted.
Just
yeah.
like-
yeah.
So-
Do you think Andrew Rannells will sign My Girls DVD?
And you know who should do that is Mark Rylance and Mark Kudish have a construction company together.
Oh, yeah, it's called Mark E. Mark.
Oh yeah. And they actually did beautiful work on the backsplash in my kitchen. They did an inlay that it knocked the value of my house up. 60 grand.
Wow.
Just
That's
yeah.
nice. I should
Trust
call
them.
them.